Hey guys, this is Bonnie from Glitter Trail Creations, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to get creative with this 3D post-it and pen holder. Now I've seen one or two online, but they had to be glued together, and I'm definitely not about that life. Easy is just fine with me. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just taping it off. I want to do a pencil theme, so I'm using blue painter's tape, as you can see. And I really didn't think this through, and I'll tell you why in just a little bit. So, first off, you ever start something and then realize you're missing a few things until you actually need them? So if you look here, I'm going to start off with the eraser. And I am going to be using a UV resin for this and my finger cots. I'm going to be changing them out so often that I just don't want to waste my gloves that I have. So you should really be using a thin amount, but as you can see, I went a little crazy. So I need something to wipe my finger, thin it out. So you can go ahead and prep this with color if you want to. Otherwise, I feel like all the color showed up great on this white. I didn't have to pre-paint. Well, I see that I'm starting to add this glitter and then realize, well, I'm about to waste a bunch of glitter if I don't put a piece of paper under there. So then I put a piece of paper under there, and I put on my glitter, and I pat it down gently, and then I, of course, bang it off. And the fun part is coming up. I'm just waiting for my husband to side-eye me. I'm doing this in the office instead of, oops, see, there it goes. So at that point, I say a word, and he happens to side-eye me, and I don't think he's seen the glitter mess yet. And so here I am, I'm starting on the silver part of the pencil, and I'm just cutting that down through. I'm going to do the same thing. Here I'm going to shake it off some more. And then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get another finger cut on, I'm going to get my UV resin. This time I do put a thinner layer on instead of wasting it. So I did go ahead, and before I added the next color, I did put this under UV light. About a minute. It's such a thin layer that it didn't need any more than that. So I walked off to get my little silicone thing, and then let's see. So I was afraid that I was going to use my finger and gloop it all up into the pink. So I took my brush because I was going to use it, and decided I didn't need to. I thinned it on pretty well. And then shortly here I'm going to take my silver. Now I thought I would like this silver. You should really try to stick with the same type of glitter, whether you're using fine or chunky or mid. So as you see here, I'm patting it down, but it's too fine. It looks not very good. And I looked at it and I realized it didn't look very good. So plan B, shaking this out, and I'm going to go get my chunkier silver. I was really hoping that other silver would look great, but it just did not. So I'm going to put it in the UV resin for another minute. The UV light. And so I've been wanting to do one of these for a while, and I saw a few, like I said, online, but they were acrylic. They came in two pieces, and you had to glue them together. So I told my husband, I said, listen, I want something easy. I want to be able to do this as well, but I don't want to buy anything or, buy a bunch of acrylic pieces and glue them on. So he came up with this. But there you see my chunkier glitter. Looks way better. Stands out a lot more as well. So I'm just gonna bang that off. And so far it's looking pretty good. And at this stage, I didn't realize as I'm trimming the different sections, I'll tell you why maybe I shouldn't have used the X-Acto knife. Because towards the end, especially when you go through where the post-its are supposed to be held, you'll see cut lines. I really wanted to leave those white. but I obviously couldn't now because there was cut marks through the pen part where the pen would be and where the post-its would be. So I'm going to go ahead and I didn't know this is yet because I haven't really taken any of the other pieces off. So I'm going to go ahead and do my black next. I got tired of my blue painter's tape getting stuck on there. So now I'm going to get my black. That is actually a black from Walmart. And that is the one black glitter that holds its shine like crazy. It looks great. Another black is a good one. Well, it has a little bit more of like a purple tint to it. Is Vader, and that's from Little Lean Rose. But I really like this black glitter from Walmart. So here I'm going to put a little bit there, and we're going to apply it. Like I said, I really do love this black. Now this is my first tutorial, so I don't even know what's going on right now. I'm just kind of giving it a whirl. I know this video was a little long, so that's why I kind of wanted to do a voiceover, because I know if I were to talk while I was doing it, it would be a lot longer. Then I could be able to speed it up and then talk. So here I am cutting out the little pointy ends to where the wooden part of the pencil is. And it's going all right. But I do something after a little bit. I think I'm going to try to come up with a template for this. So it's already pre-measured, and all you have to do is kind of roll it over and then cut out the sections. So it's already designed, but I am not sure yet. So here I am cutting, that's going to be for the wood part. Trying to fix that. So then I realized, well, I need to put black on the rest of it, so the gold part could be the wooden part. And here I am taking off the rest for the yellow while that's under there. This is, it was a pretty good UV light. I've had it for a few years. I feel like it's taking longer to cure. I feel like it, you need more time for it to cure. So what I did on when I had to do the whole thing in UV resin, I did go ahead and quick cure it underneath there, and then I shoved it outside under the sun. So here I am remembering that I needed to do the black part. But I'm super excited about this blank. He also made me one that's smaller. It doesn't have the pen part, it's just a post-it, and then it gives me about 4 inches above to design, put a teacher's name, floral, whatever I want to do. So I'm really excited for that. He also has helped me tons in making my office supplies. He has a bunch of 3D printed turners for the different office supplies, like staplers and tape dispenser and pens and all that. So I definitely will link his Etsy below, because you will want to take a peek at that. So I'm removing the triangles so I can go ahead and put my gold down. It's more of a bronze, I guess, but I end up changing it because I thought I liked it. And then the coverage, I feel like it was a chunkier color, so when I laid it down, I feel like more of it came off. I'm not sure how to explain it, but I do fix that a little later on. So I'm doing pretty good. This is the first time I was really working on it. I don't know what made me think, hey, let's do a tutorial when this is the first time I've worked on this blank, but I decided, just go for it. So here I start to notice the cut lines, which I was not happy with. And I was like, I don't know how to I didn't want to fill that in because it's only so deep to have your post-it resting in, but at the same time, I didn't want a bunch of cut marks either. So I do end up putting some pretty glitter epoxy in there. And then we're on to my bronzish gold color. Another finger. I'm just trying to use them up. I only had a few more left. So I did find this fun. I did feel a little rushed. I don't know if it's because I didn't want this really long video as my first video. I really don't know how to edit things yet. So this was my first time. So I'm using a thin paintbrush here because I obviously am not going to use my finger. I will glob it all over the black. So I'm go ahead and I'm spreading the UV resin along there. And then I'm going to take my goldish bronze. I do really love this color. That color, I'm not sure what it is. I think I had a whole bunch of stuff and I just threw it all in one. You know what you do when you only have a little bit of the same tone of glitter, you kind of just throw it all together. So that's what I did. I got my little brush out. So that's where I had noticed I needed a little bit more there because it was so chunky, but it was such a small spot. I feel like it didn't do well. And the whole time I am hoping that I'm in view, and then I'm also eyeballing that glitter that I spilt that I'm hoping my husband doesn't see. We share a really big office. He has half side and I have the other half, and he was over there watching one of his YouTube videos, and I didn't really say anything about the glitter spill yet. So here I am removing the rest of the blue tape. And that little piece right there, I'm going to scrape off. That's still a part of the little blue piece of tape. So I wanted to be able to make sure my line stayed straight. So I did take on one of those pieces I had removed. I reused it and set it there so I would know where to put my yellow. Now, I wish I had glitter colors for you, but a lot of them were like years ago from Etsy. I think it was like My Princess Glitter, something or other. But I don't see that she's even has a business anymore on Etsy. So I just say use your favorite color. So like I said, you can pre-paint this. You probably won't have to go over it twice with yellow. But see, there I am again. Way too much. But you can either pre-paint it or just use your favorite colors. If you guys have any colors that you recommend for the yellow pencil color, definitely leave a comment below. Just let me know what you think. So I am trying to be gentle, and what I found with this, it's not really this, it's me. I'm the problem. So I had put so much on there that it starts to kind of leak into where the pen or pencil and the post-it is supposed to be. And it leaks in there and hardened, and I didn't notice it. So of course I had to cut it out. But I will tell you, this blank was awesome to cut around like the edges. I didn't do the edges, and so any epoxy that was there, I just took a craft knife and just ran it down, and it took her right off. So that was awesome. So now whipping out the gloves because this was a mess, and I'm like, I wasn't about to try to. You really should use your PPE, like a mask and everything. I say you should use it, but then I don't use it. Unless I'm doing really deep pours or have to be in front of it for a while, I do have a mask. So that is, like I said, that's my favorite yellow. But if you have another yellow you suggest, definitely let me know. Here, I was a mess. So you will learn on this channel I am mostly a mess. So I'm trying to pick some of it up because I don't want to trail it. Get it? Glitter Trail Creations. That's why I named it the way I did, because usually I would walk around the house after a project and leave a dusting of it. So I am putting that under, I believe I put it under for a little longer because it was such a big area. I can't tell you what I wandered off to do. Probably many things. I think I went to go look to see if I had a better bronze color for the wood. But I will tell you, this blank is really easy to clean up with the 3D print that he uses. See, that's where I got some in there. And it cuts right out. It was perfect. You just cut down and hit it up, which was great for cleanup. Now, it was a little light for my liking. You can even kind of see up there under the silver part where the eraser is, needs another coat. And there's where some of the yellow kind of overflowed. I'm sorry, the black. And I'm just cleaning it out with my brush. Oh, yeah, there's me using the example on how to trim it. Here I am, still cleaning up because I can't ever do my epoxy nicely. You should see me make cups. So I am taping this off because I need to do it again. I think applying the tape to the bronze, to the wood area, I think that's how some of it had come up, and so I just decided to go with a different route, which you'll see later on in the video. So here I am, again, putting more UV resin, probably leaking it in there. I don't know. You'll see if I'm fixing something. Then I probably did. I mean, if you have any ideas of any kind of office supplies that would be cool to see 3D printed, definitely let me know as well. So I am doing that other layer of yellow. And once I do this other layer, I am very happy with it after. I guess I'm going to use finger fat here. I really like that yellow. I wish I could tell you what it was. I did a little better pouring the glitter in. So I kind of wish I could play some music for you, but I'm not sure I know how to insert that yet. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this under the UV light again. And then now, of course, I will have to clean it up. I'm really excited to get the vinyl stripping on. And just going over it, making sure it's dry. Yep, see, I like some in there. And I'm gonna brush it off, but after this, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna finish it up in the next video. You won't see me epoxy and put all the striping on it because I figured that it'd just make the video a lot longer. But what I did was I went ahead and I did the 3 silver, and I did of course, the pencil, and then you can see here I changed up the bronze and gold. I found a brown piece of glitter, like a glitter vinyl, and I changed them up. I didn't like it, but I did epoxy the whole thing, and I did it a couple of times, and then you will still see where I too much epoxy there, and then I put it too much down at the bottom and didn't realize it. But I did put a UVDTF sticker on there, and other than that, what I decided to do for the center to cover up those scratches was I just took some UV resin with some pretty shimmer glitter, and I put it on there, and then everything looks good. Here is the final, what it looks like. It looks great. It was my first one, so I'm probably going to give it to my daughter. She mentioned one of her teachers would probably love this. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. So if you are watching this on YouTube, you can hit like if you like this video, and subscribe if you want to see any other videos that I have coming out. I'm sure they'll be just as messy. I have a group Facebook called Hot Mess Crafters. Go ahead and check that out. If you're viewing this in my group, like the video and feel free to share it. My link to the Etsy shop, if you want this 3D blank, will be posted below as well. And that's all I got for you.